What's up, everyone? All right, so I'm going to go over the trades from today. Only traded one stock, ENSC, and this one was kind of choppy. It was a little slow getting started, had kind of like a false breakout. Almost, I mean, it had this really big red candle that you can see right here. So first it kind of pulls away at 8 a.m. on pretty light volume from 360 up to a high of 555. And, you know, in that area, I'll show you the 1 minute chart. I was kind of skeptical. The reason I was skeptical was because of this drop right here. So I saw it kind of squeeze up here. I looked at the level 2 when it was at about, I can't remember. I think it was at about 460 on the ask and 415 on the bid. And I was like, I'm not trading that. That's a huge spread. I'm not going to be able to manage my risk on it. I have no interest. And it drops from here from a high of 5 back down to 409. And I was like, yeah, no surprise there. It pops back up to 488, but I wasn't going to chase it after that drop. And then it squeezes here, and the bid and ask spread tightened up as it came up to 5. It was like 480 by 495, so 15-cent spread. And I was like, okay, interesting, but can I really trust it? Anyways, it goes up to 55. Could have taken a trade on it there on that breakout through the high, but I don't know. I just wasn't really feeling it. So, you know, for what it's worth, right now, let's see. So where's it at on the day? It's back at 426. So let me just check ENSC. So it's up 23% right now. So you can see the float's a little bit higher. I've got to double check that, but the price action initially was not super impressive. So anyways, it kind of was a little tricky. Goes up to 555, it pulls back, and it sells off hard. I mean, it didn't even start to bounce. And look at the volume on these candles. This was some high volume selling. So I thought, no, this thing is no good, not interested. Anyways, it pulls back a bit more. This was in this area. I took actually my first trade I tried to take a bounce at VWAP right here. I got in at 498 and I sold it for a $10 break-even trade. It bounced up for a second and then it wanted to go lower. So that was my first trade. And then it comes back up right here, hits a high of 512, pulls back. And as it started to pull away here, I was like, okay, this is starting to get interesting. I think it's something I'm gonna have to pull the trigger on. So it squeezes back up here and I'm thinking, okay, double top at 55, but it breaks through the double top. So I took a trade at 79, did a false breakout right here. That was like a $400 winner, hit a high of 88, drops down. Then I got back in right here with a nice trade at 588, adding at 6. We got squeezed up to 650. So on this trade here, I went from up 500 on the day to up 1,500, 2,000, 3,000. It breaks here, I go up to 4,000. Right here was up 4,800. And then I added, as it was squeezing up, I added right here at $7. I was like, wow, this thing is really taking off, going right into the open. It hits a high of 720 and then it whips back down to 660 on the bid. I'm down 40 cents. It flushes here down to 612. I'm down almost $1 a share. It bounces back up and I sold it for a $3,500 loss. And with that, I went from up 4,800 on the day to up 1,500. I said, you know what? I'm going to be grateful to walk away green. I don't want to push my luck. And it was super choppy at the open. Super, super choppy. So, you know, today's a day where I finish in the green, but a little disappointing to give back as much as I did. On the other hand, I'm not in a drawdown right now. My account is at all-time highs in terms of my equity curve. And $1,500 is a great day. It's a little disappointing. We got that nasty flush right there and I was in it at the wrong moment, but that's the luck of the draw. I pushed it a little harder as it was squeezing up here. I was sizing up and that's how I was able to add some quick profits and then I gave them back. But still finished with more than I had after my first few trades, which is good. And you know, that's perspective is important. I could easily be looking at the glass half empty here and be very frustrated. And alternatively, I can be grateful to be green and try to do it again tomorrow, right? Consistency. No recap for yesterday. Yesterday was a no trade day. I didn't see anything I liked. So I didn't take trades yesterday. Today, had a nice green day, gave back most of it. There were a couple other stocks that were squeezing up. TCRX. I saw this one halt up. And I didn't want to chase it on resumption. It did end up going a little higher, but it was also pretty choppy up around, I think it was 550. So, you know, it comes up here and you could see it sells off. It comes back up, double top, rejects, false breakout, dramatic, flushes down hard, rips back up, and then flush here, sells off. So there were some real fake outs today, and I'm grateful to be green on a day that's a little choppy. I think we're kind of in between momentum. You know, we had some really good action in April and the last couple of weeks, but you know, right now I think we're kind of I'm waiting at least for the next one to be big. Top was the last really big one, and although I thought there were a few maybe today that had some potential, generally I sort of felt like it didn't feel like it was going to be a super strong day. The gap scanner wasn't that strong. Felt like, you know, kind of in between momentum. So I was surprised that I even got myself up 4,000, but it didn't take much to give that back, and it wouldn't have taken much to go red today either. So I'm just grateful to be green. It's 2 o'clock. I'm shutting it down. I'm not interested in overstaying my welcome, and I'll live to trade another day. I'll be back at it first thing tomorrow morning, and I'll see you guys then. So thanks as always for tuning in. Those on YouTube, I hope you hit the thumbs up. I hope you're subscribed to the channel. I'll remind you as always that trading is risky and my results aren't typical. So make sure you take it slow, and I'll see you hopefully in the Warrior classes. I'll be streaming back at it first thing tomorrow morning. All right, see you guys then.